It's 2 a.m. You should be asleep. You know you should be asleep. But your mind has other plans. It's replaying that conversation from 3 days ago, rewinding it, analyzing every word you said, every pause, every look on their face. And then just when you think it's done, it fast forwards to next week, to the meeting you haven't prepared for, to the message you forgot to send, to all the things that could go wrong. And somewhere in the middle of all that noise, a quieter thought sneaks in. Why can't I just stop? If that's familiar, you're in the right place. And I want you to know something before we go any further. This is not a character flaw. This is not weakness. And it is not something that is simply wrong with you. My name is Steppy, and this is The Steep and Still, a place to slow down, go inward, and find the quiet that's already inside you, even when it doesn't feel like it's there. Today we're going to talk about overthinking. Not just what it is, but why it happens, what it's really trying to tell you, and why the solution might be something very different from what you've been told. First, let's just sit with this for a moment, because I think one of the hardest things about being an overthinker is that it feels so personal, like your brain is specifically uniquely broken in a way that other people's aren't. But the research tells a very different story. Studies suggest that up to 73% of adults between the ages of 25 and 35 identify as chronic overthinkers. 73%. That's not a disorder. That's almost everyone you know. And yet, we suffer alone with it. We don't talk about the 2 a.m. spirals. We don't mention the mental rehearsals, the imagined arguments, the futures we've already catastrophized before breakfast. We just carry it and then wonder why we're tired. So before anything else, I want to say this directly to you. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not failing at being human. You are a person with a very active mind. And that mind right now is doing what it was designed to do, just not in the way that's serving you. And that's exactly what we're going to explore. So what is overthinking really? Most people think of it as thinking too much. Too many thoughts, spinning too fast, going nowhere. But that's the symptom, not the source. At its core, overthinking is your mind's attempt to find certainty in an uncertain world. Think about it this way. Your brain is, above everything else, a prediction machine. Its entire job is to keep you safe by anticipating what comes next. And for most of human history, then that was incredibly useful. Predict the storm, find shelter, anticipate the predator, run faster. But here's the problem. Modern life doesn't have predators. It has emails and performance reviews and relationships and futures that are genuinely, deeply uncertain. And your brain, your brilliant, ancient, pattern-seeking brain, is trying to apply a survival mechanism to problems that don't have survival solutions. It's trying to think its way to safety in a world where safety can't always be thought into existence. So when you can't stop overthinking about that conversation or that decision or that uncertain future, your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's trying to protect you. It just doesn't know how to stop. And here's what makes it a loop. The more you think, the more anxious you feel. The more anxious you feel, the more your brain interprets that as a sign of danger. And the more danger it detects, the more it thinks. You didn't create this loop on purpose. No one does. But understanding it, really understanding it, is the first quiet step out of it. Now, I want to take us somewhere a little deeper, because I think there's a dimension to overthinking that doesn't get talked about enough. Not the psychological dimension, not the neurological one, but the one that sits underneath both of those, the spiritual one. I'm not talking about religion. I'm not asking you to believe in anything specific. I'm talking about something more fundamental than doctrine or tradition. I'm talking about the relationship between you and uncertainty itself. Because when you look at it closely, overthinking is, at its heart, a refusal to not know. It's the mind saying, I cannot rest until I have the answer. I cannot be okay until I can see the outcome. I cannot trust the moment I'm in, because the moment I'm in isn't enough information. And that refusal is exhausting, not just mentally, but at a much deeper level. Because here's what I've come to believe and what many wisdom traditions across the world, in different languages, different symbols, different centuries, have pointed to. We are not built to carry everything alone. We are not built to know everything in advance. And the belief that we are entirely responsible for calculating our own safety, our own future, our own outcomes, is one of the heaviest things a human being can carry. There is something that happens when you allow yourself to not know. When you stop stop gripping the future and just for a moment, let it be uncertain. It's not giving up. It's not naivety. It's a different kind of strength. The strength to say, I don't control everything and I don't need to. That space, the space between letting go of the need to know and trusting that you'll be okay, that is where stillness lives. Not on the other side of all your answers, but right here, in the middle of the uncertainty. So how do you actually find that stillness? Especially when the thoughts are loud? I'm not going to give you a 10-step system. I'm not going to tell you to meditate for 40 minutes or journal 3 pages every morning before sunrise. I want to offer you something smaller than that. Something you can do right now, in whatever moment you're in. It's just a question. And the question is this: what is actually true right now? Not what might be true next week. Not what could happen if everything goes wrong. Not what that person might have meant, or what you should have said, or what the future might look like. Just right now, in this moment, what is actually true? You are breathing. You are here. Whatever storm is happening in your mind, the room around you is still. The air is still. Your heartbeat, underneath all the noise, is steady. This is what we call coming back to the present. Not as a spiritual cliche, but as a very literal act of noticing what is real right now, as opposed to what the mind is constructing. The mind constructs futures. It constructs pasts. It constructs scenarios and simulations and worst-case versions of reality. But this moment, this one, right here, the mind cannot construct. It can only miss it. So when the thoughts get loud, you don't have to fight them. You don't have to solve them. You can simply notice them and then gently return. Return to your breath. Return to the room. Return to what is actually true right now. That is the practice, small, quiet, and available to you at any moment. That is the steep and the still. I want to be honest with you about something. I didn't make this video because I have it all figured out. I made it because I've sat in that 2 a.m. spiral too, because I know what it's like to be exhausted by your own mind and to not quite know where to put that exhaustion. This channel is not here to fix you. You are not broken. It's here to sit with you, to remind you that the stillness you're looking for isn't somewhere else. It's not in the perfect routine or the right answer or the future version of your life where everything makes sense. It's here, underneath the noise, waiting for you to come back to it. If today's video gave you even one moment of quiet, that's enough. That's more than enough. Until then, take your time, find your still,